my friend and the future member of the Braddock District Board of Supervisors, Janet Oleszek. I don't think there's anybody in this room who doesn't know that Janet is an effective and passionate advocate on behalf of our kids and behalf of education. And so she really understands that of all the things that we can do, educating our youth is absolutely critical, not only to our economy, but our quality of life and really the existence of our democracy. The thing is, though, is that she's not just an advocate. She doesn't just go ahead and talk and do a game. She actually gets things accomplished. And I'll give you a great example of this. And I'm reaping the benefits today. And that is her fight for full-day kindergarten in Fairfax County. As many of you know, I've got a 6-year-old named Grayson who goes to Bonnie Bray Elementary School. And he has been able to benefit from all-day kindergarten. And it's just incredible to watch the impact that that's had on his cognitive abilities, and you know that that's going to be a solid building block for the rest of his life. I'm a member of the House Education Committee, the Education Reform Subcommittee in the General Assembly, and I need people, partners, great partners like Janet Oleszek, to go ahead and work with me on the local level to get these things accomplished, and to also focus on pre-K, which I think is something that we both very much share as an area we need to go. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, of course, we all know that the County Board of Supervisors, they spend, I think it's 53%, a little bit more than that, on education. And so that's a critical component, but there's a lot more to that job. And so I'm also real pleased to be able to support Janet for those other reasons. She raised her family in the neighborhood next to mine. And so she understands the critical importance of protecting our rivers and our streams and our environment for the future of the Commonwealth. She understands the importance of making sound land use and transportation decisions and the fact that they work together and that we need to have a multimodal transportation system to be able to keep us moving forward. She also understands that it's important to invest in our families. And that bad things happen to good families, and we have a moral imperative to reach out and make sure that we catch them before they fall. And these are all things that Janet stands for and why I'm so excited to be here. I just want to wrap up with one last thing, and this really gets to the character of who Janet Oleszek is, the person. Many of you know that actually my first race was for the House of Delegates, not in the November election, but in a Democratic primary in 2005. And I don't like to say my opponent, but my colleague in that effort was Janet Oleszek. You know, Janet approached me very early on in the race, saying, you know what, I want to make sure that when we come out of this, not only are we still friends, but that we can join together to make sure that we're effective advocates for the shared values that we have. And so she and I actually sat down together and did a fair campaign pledge. Not only to make sure that we didn't go negative, but more importantly, that if somebody else went negative unfairly, that the other would stand up and say, hey, that's not right, we'll come to their defense. That was such an incredibly valuable lesson to me that I have taken forward from that day on. It really gives you a sense of pride and civic responsibility that Janet Oleszek is going to bring to this office. I want to thank each and every one of you all for being out here today to support my friend Janet Oleszek.